and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And we got some big stories today because beloved actor Steve Buscemi was attacked randomly while walking around in New York during the day.
This is so scary. So we'll get to it, but he's got some injuries, Charlie.
I know, it's not good. Taylor Swift had one of her era's showstops in Paris.
Eras.
How do you say it in American? Eras. Sorry.
Eras. It sounds like a DJ set. Era.
And Travis Kelce was there and a few other big-name celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about Drake again because these home invasions, or not home, but trespassers keep on happening at his place. The third one in a week just happened over the weekend.
Yep.
And finally...
The man was apprehended, too.
Yeah, it's getting scary there. And finally, our Almost News will discuss another celebrity who has announced that she is celibate.
She this time.
Last
time, it was Craig David. It was a he. Now it's a she. 2.5 years celibate.
Don't know how you do it. To begin with, though, Steve Buscemi.
Beloved Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Boardwalk Empire. I mean, a legend.
He was punched in the face by a random New Yorker while walking around Kips Bay last week. So the guy just walked up to him, punched him, and ran off.
Yeah, and he actually was hospitalized and was treated for swelling to his face and his eye. We've confirmed the incident with his rep, and they tell us that he's doing okay after the attack. But also, Steve feels very sad for all the people who have been attacked in this manner because there's been a ton, Charlie.
I know.
This has been like a new trend in LA where people are... Actually, I thought it was mostly women. Like, do you remember Bethany Frankel said that she was punched?
Right.
And there was like a slew of other women, not famous,
but like
that were also attacked.
They'd talk about it on TikTok, and it became sort of like a, I don't know, support group of people talking about like, this happened to me. And you're right, Bethany claimed it happened to her. And
it doesn't matter who you are.
It's happening like often in New York, but yes, in LA as well. It's just crazy that it does seem, and feels like a weird word, but it does seem like a trend. Like,
yeah.
A
trend with very little punishment.
No, yeah.
And they're like, they haven't found this person that did this. And this is also kind of on the heels of that really scary incident that happened where a random woman was choked unconscious by a belt.
I saw.
I mean, like, horrible things are happening, but we actually got some paparazzi photos of Steve, and you can see he's wearing glasses, but they're kind of like tinted glasses. And you see his left eye like on the side. It's a side shot, and you can kind of see the black eye coming down. It looks bad.
Do we know if the attacker knew it was Steve Buscemi or if it was just like...
It seemed very impromptu, and kind of like what we said, this is happening not just to celebrities, but like normal people that are just walking on the street and become targets. I don't know what the gain is. It's not like they're getting robbed. Like, usually there's some kind of motive, right? Like, I need your money, I need this, or, whatever. I see a nice watch that I want to steal. But it's literally people are just being punched in the face, and then that's it. And then the person runs off. Like, I don't know if this is like a high school trend or what, but it just doesn't seem to have a motive.
Well, there's a photo of the alleged attacker.
Right.
And he looks like, he's a well-built grown man, probably like in his 40s or God knows. But it doesn't look like someone who like was attempted robbery, or it doesn't look like someone he doesn't look crazy, basically. He looks like a normal guy. Really fit, muscular guy, just run up to him and hit him. Steve Buscemi is such a treasure, especially in New York. It's a little known fact about him that he, in the 80s, was a firefighter.
Oh, right.
And so...
In Staten Island, right? Or was it New York?
I'm not sure. One of the boroughs or whatever they say.
Boroughs.
But in the days after September 11, he went down and helped clear the rubble for 5 days, Steve Buscemi, and he was a famous actor at that stage. But because he had trained to be a firefighter decades ago, he went down and helped in the rubble and get the bodies out and that sort of stuff. Says it still affects him to this day.
Wow.
But that's just to say that this man is such a New York figure.
Right.
And for something like this to
Such a
happen.
community member,
Yes,
too.
for this to happen on like his streets, it's just crazy. It's got to be really scary if you're in New York any time of day. I guess just crazy like what's going on with violence and I don't know.
It made me, what you said just made me think of that movie he did with Pete Davidson
Mm.
about being firefighters.
Oh, that's right. Because
Remember?
Pete Davidson's
I
dad
think
died.
it's called King of Staten Island, I think.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's dad died in September 11.
Right. He was a firefighter as well. And that's kind of the premise of the movie. It's
Ah.
like Pete is like this kid who lost his father, and his father was a firefighter, and he goes and works at like the station, and Steve is like one of the firefighters at the station.
Oh, wow.
Wow, where worlds collide.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
On to our next story. Taylor Swift had her, I believe it was her 4th and final show in Paris.
Paris.
And it was her 87th era show overall.
Sorry, I'm going to think of that every time you say that.
You know why the number 87's important?
I don't know.
Come on, Charlie.
I mean, I was born in 87. She's 89.
She was born in 89.
Yeah.
But her 87th, that's Travis Kelce's jersey number.
Oh, boy.
So she came out in Chiefs colors.
Oh, no.
And she was
Too
blowing
much.
kisses up to the box.
And he did like the heart hands.
Right. Which her fans claim she invented the heart hands.
Oh, that is not true at all.
I don't think it's true either, but
No, I did the heart hands with Britney Spears way back in the day.
Oh, you and Britney did a heart hand together?
Yes, when I met her. I did like a meet and greet with her back in her Planet Hollywood show, the first opening night. And she had already done it with a ton of people, so that's how I knew about it.
No wonder you're such like a free Britneyer. You like got a personal
I love Britney
connection.
Spears. I love her. I mean, that day was kind of sad because she was like under the conservatorship, and like, you know, I felt like it was sad to see her like that in that state, you know. But of course, everybody grew up with Britney. You did too.
Yes, I did. But back to Taylor.
Yeah.
Her mum was in the stands with
Mhm.
Travis as well.
Bradley Cooper and Gigi Hadid, the new it couple. Obviously, Taylor and Gigi are very good friends.
Mm.
So it's kind of like double date-esque.
And also, Travis's like wingman goes with him everywhere. This guy, Ross Travis.
Guy's living the dream.
I would prefer to be Ross Travis than Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he's kind of like that fly on the wall.
Yeah.
But we're like seeing it in person. Like he's the fly.
And he's probably just going around getting like all
the girls,
yeah.
all the connections, all the hookups.
He was in Australia with him. Now he's in Paris with him. It's
Yep.
just like, oh, what a life this guy's
I know,
living.
my God, to be him.
But yeah, one big viral moment to come out of this particular show was a photo of a baby on the ground.
Oh, this
during the show.
bothered me. Yeah, so this was on her Friday night show.
Okay.
Somebody snapped a photo in the pit area of a baby on the ground, presumably with their parents standing over them. You
Yeah.
see someone standing there. And the person that took the photo said the baby did have some kind of noise cancellation, like earplugs, which great. However, the baby on the ground in a pit area where people are dancing, walking around, running.
Drunk, presumably, some of them.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's dangerous.
It
And the
is.
baby wasn't in like a carrier of any kind of, no protection, just out there laying on some kind of like feathery jacket.
Why can't you get like a babysitter for the night? And if you can't, I mean,
But I get some people might not be able to, right? But then like, make sure your baby's protected at the show.
God knows the circumstances, and maybe that it was an hour before the show started. Who knows, basically. But to have it on the ground when there's so many people around, let alone the noise,
Right.
just like these people must just be husband and wife, crazy Swifties. We need to take our baby to the gig. This will be your first ever Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah.
And I just like, it's all well and good, but you just never know what's going to happen in a crowded space. And it's probably not the best place for someone so young and vulnerable.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very dangerous.
Okay, on to our next story. Drake,
Oh.
another alleged trespasser went
Third trespasser.
by, plus the shooting. So that's
Right.
4 incidences in a week Drake's had at his Toronto mansion. It's got to be a very scary place to be right now. Like, I don't know. Why do these things keep happening? Are they Kendrick fans? Are they just
But it's
Drake
like
haters?
monkey see, monkey do, right? Like everyone's been all eyes on this house. You hear in the news about trespassers, people being taken away. So I think people are just like, "Ooh, I'm going to show up too." They start seeing the trend, like
Yeah.
how all the Gen Zers were eating the Tide Pods. Same thing. Like
Right,
just keep
right.
going and going and going. But I just don't know what the motivation is. Like they think they're really going to get inside the house and meet Drake or harm Drake. I mean, I don't know. Like what is the motivation here?
They probably don't even know. They
But at
probably
least this guy didn't make it inside the house.
No.
This guy was, somebody, a witness was on their bike driving by, saw the security with this person, had their hands behind their back, and they were holding them down. The security was holding them down, and the security was like radioing somebody else, presumably, cops
Police,
maybe
yeah.
came. But yeah, I mean, it's just like all hands on deck at this point with the security team.
Right, right. I mean, Drake also tweeted out that he needs the news stations to send their helicopters home because they got like helicopters on his house the whole time now. And apparently he can't sleep. So he's like, come back after 3 helicopters. But for now, can you guys just go home and leave me alone? Has he just been holed up in this house for the last week, or
That's what people think.
he's just been in this house for the last week?
Right.
Do you think, would he cancel any public appearances, or does he need the public appearances so he can move on from this?
Well, wasn't there something over the weekend saying that Drake is trying to move on? He said he posted something saying like, "Oh, good summer vibes on the way."
Yes, he did. Summer
So-
vibes up next.
Yep. So I think he is trying to move on.
He is. So it's interesting that he's fast trying to move on, obviously because of apparent threats, but also like I think the majority of people say that Kendrick got him on this. And so, and Kendrick hasn't said, let's move on yet. So I wonder if Drake can just bow out, if it's up to him if he can just bow out, or if Kendrick's like, no.
We're not done yet.
We're not done yet. I never said I was done.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tweeted that picture of, it was a single samurai, which was him, and there was a whole army coming to fight that single samurai. So he's just basically saying, me versus the world.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens with Drake, in the next few weeks and months, because we've never seen him in such a place.
Right.
Will he rebound? Won't he rebound? It'll just be interesting to see.
I think he'll be okay.
He will be okay, I bet. On to our almost new segment. Julia Fox is the latest celebrity to say that she is celibate.
And has been for over 2 years.
Yeah, that is the interesting part, is she said 2.5 years of celibacy. You know who she dated in that time?
Kanye West.
She dated Kanye for a while.
But she did say during the relationship with Kanye there was no sex.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, so she has said that already. So this isn't too shocking. I don't think we've really seen her with any other guy, at least not a celebrity since. And she only dated Kanye for 6 weeks. But yeah, I mean, you would think maybe there was some chaka-chaka there at some point.
Chaka-chaka?
Chaka-chaka?
Who says that?
Everybody.
Is chaka-chaka a thing?
Chaka-chaka's a thing. I actually think it's Mexican slang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I said it one time and someone was like, I've never heard that.
Oh.
Chaka-chaka.
I might start using that. They'll call me Chaka-Chaka Charlie.
Charlie, you're not doing any chaka-chaka. Sorry, Aaron. Sorry,
she's
Aaron.
pregnant. I mean.
Okay, twice that we know of,
yeah,
for sure.
okay.
But yeah, so she had basically wrote that she's 2.5 years of celibacy and never been better, to be honest. I think that's shocking. That's the shocking part when people say like never been better or this is the best I've ever been.
Right, that's what Craig David said to us.
Right, yeah, he said he was having like the best time in his career because of it.
Yep. Also, recently Tiffany Haddish also said that.
Yeah.
What's going on with this trend?
I don't know. Are you going to try it out?
Well.
No.
No. But in the past, Suki Waterhouse has said that she was celibate. Justin Bieber's gone through a period of it.
Yep.
Jessica Simpson, Russell Wilson, Lady Gaga, Kevin Jonas, they've all said they've had periods of, voluntary celibacy, which is interesting that, it's something that celebrities are doing.
Well, I guess, when you're a celebrity, you have so many people wanting to get with you. And maybe you're just trying to weed out the people that want to be with you for the wrong reasons. And there's nothing wrong with that, like taking a reset, like focusing on yourself, centering yourself. and then, getting back to business when it feels right.
Some chaka-chaka.
Some chaka-chaka.
All right, hit us with your Today in History, Charlie.
Oh, we got a lot of fun ones today.
Okay, good.
Okay, today is the birthday of the rounded table knife.
What?
In 1637, the rounded table knife, because back in the day, it was just like the sharp knife, and people would pick their teeth with the sharp knife. There wasn't
What is going on?
The dinner table knife.
So the rounded table knife is basically
Was created on this day in 1637. It was created, can you guess what country it was created in?
Switzerland.
France.
I need a rounded
The
table knife
French
right now so I can end
created
this
the
pitch.
table knife.
This is going.
Oh, no.
I want to go.
In 1981, I thought this was kind of interesting. Pope John Paul II survived an assassination attempt in St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. He was shot and seriously wounded, but survived.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope did.
A miracle from above.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Next one. Today, Apple Pie Day.
Okay.
Get your apple pie.
I like apple
Johnny
pie.
Appleseed. Do you know who Johnny Appleseed is?
I've heard of it before.
Okay.
What is it?
I think he's like a folklore.
You don't even know.
Tale?
You don't even know.
Tall Tales. I think that's what he's a part of.
Okay.
But real quick, Sam Rubin passed away. We broke the story on Friday. Today, the Apple Pan. Have you heard of that place in LA? The Apple Pan?
No.
It's off of National, over there.
Okay.
Famous for their apple pie. They're having a big day in honor of Sam Rubin because he loved that place. So you can go get your apple pie from the Apple Pan.
Very good.
Yes.
All right, wrap this up, Charlie.
All right. Last thing. The first FM radio station in the U.S. was launched in Bloomfield, Connecticut. And then I'll end with just a couple birthdays. Stephen Colbert, it's his birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Rodman.
Happy
and
birthday.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder's birthday today.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Stevie Wonder.
Me too.
Doesn't he sing Happy Birthday?
Oh, yeah.
to
Is that
you?
his version?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
you.
He really brought up the mood and the vibe on Happy Birthday,
He did.
huh?
Some people choose that over the normal Happy Birthday.
Well, can you believe that it was actually kind of illegal to sing Happy Birthday, the regular Happy Birthday, because it had copyright or
It wasn't
whatever?
illegal It wasn't illegal.
Well, you couldn't use it on TV shows
Yes,
and
you
stuff
couldn't.
like that.
You couldn't make money out of you couldn't use it on your TV shows. You're right.
Yeah, copyright infringement.
Well, there you go,
but
Charlie.
now it's free for everybody. Free for
Okay.
use.
Well, thank you very much for being here, Charlie.
Of course. I saw you're out on Wednesday. Where are you going?
I'm going to Disneyland.
Wow. For what?
Peach just wants to go. My daughter.
Oh, so not a Mother's Day.
You
belated
check
Mother's Day.
you check the employee ins
I
and
do,
outs at
I
the start
do.
of the week.
I need to know when your ass is gone.
Right. That's a bit
Who am I
stalkery.
going to replace you with?
No one. I guess there's
Just
no
me?
one. Yeah.
Just the Charlie Neff Show?
That's right.
No, not one person will tune in.
Okay, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow.
Bye.